What's up, y'all? It's Wednesday. I hope everybody out there is doing well. So let's go ahead and slide on this video. So we know that Ashlee Robinson, who was known as Ashlee Jenae online, passed away tragically in Zanzibar, Tanzania on April the 9th. And it's a very sad situation. And we have our suspicions, or let me speak for myself. I have my suspicions that Joe McCann, her ex-fiance, was behind this whole ordeal. Ashlee's parents have discussed their frustration with Joe. He's not been forthcoming. He hasn't really spoken much to them. There has been little to no contact since Ashlee passed away. And on yesterday, she was laid to rest and he wasn't invited. Now, I don't know why social media was surprised that he wasn't invited to the funeral. Why would he be? He's under investigation, and keep him far away until we know the absolute facts of what happened to Ashlee, right? Now, Joe finally took to social media and spoke out about Ashlee Jenae's passing, and I want to take the time to read to you all because it's a lengthy soliloquy, right? So Joe says, "There are no adequate words to describe the total devastation, emptiness, and shock I feel after losing my best friend, confidant, and fiance, Ashlee Jenae Robinson. As a father myself, I'm also heartbroken for Ashlee's parents, Yolanda Andres and Harry Robinson. Ashlee's death is an incomprehensible tragedy. Devoted fans knew Ashlee through her charismatic online persona, Ashlee, but the person I loved was Ashlee, a woman who embodied the virtues of compassion, empathy, kindness, generosity, and love. A nurturing presence, Ashlee cared deeply for people closest to her, which to my internal gratitude included me. She fattened me up with her amazing cooking and had a great relationship with my kids. Each day we shared both quiet moments of reflection and many joys of being in love with each other. Ashlee was a loving soul, so much so that she called herself Lover, y'all, as in homage to her Trinidadian roots in which she took great pride. What Ashlee desired most was to become a mother and to raise a family together. There is no question that she would have been an amazing mom. Ashlee's talents extended well beyond her online persona, Ashlee Jenae. She was a creative genius, even writing, directing, and acting in her own short film. She was an incredible decorator, always making sure our home reflected the current holiday or season. Hosting was second nature to her, going above and beyond for the guests that we entertained. Ashlee also had an encyclopedic knowledge of music, especially her favorite band, Aerosmith. She enjoyed techno and dancing, was learning to DJ, and could rap too. Ashlee was an angel who shined her light on everyone fortunate enough to be in her presence. There is no way to fill the unfillable void left by Ashlee's passing, and no way to make sense of the unfathomable loss. All we can do is carry on Ashlee's legacy of helping other people and strive to live up to her virtues every single day. Ashlee, I love you forever, Joe." Until they prove me wrong, I still feel that this is a big old cover-up. I feel like Joe has something to do with her passing. I'm pretty sure that he said more words in that soliloquy that he posted on social media than he actually conveyed to the parents about what happened to their daughter. So he could keep that shit. I'm just keeping it real. It could have came from a heartfelt place. He could be telling the truth, but I still feel that he has something to do with her passing. Now, I did see a lot of people ask the question, why didn't he address the fact that people have been accusing him of doing something sinister and being behind her passing? I believe it was a strategic move. He was coached before he even put this out. Maybe he didn't even put this out. He had somebody to draw this up and put this out on social media for him. It's a very strategic move for them not to talk about that. They're not going to go into that. They're covering up things behind the scenes. And I'm going to say this, and this is no disrespect to Ashlee's parents. I'm watching them too, because if the verdict comes out that Joe is in the clear or whatever the case may be, I'm going to have that begging question in the back of my mind. How much money were the parents paid if the parents come out and just agree to it? I'm just saying, if they come out and just agree to it, Joe is in the clear, he did nothing wrong, and now we can just move on with our lives. Rest in peace, Ashlee. I'm wondering what type of settlement was made behind the scenes. But anyway, let's move along, and I want to talk about the Met Gala, and I don't want to talk about the looks and things of that nature, but I want to discuss something more deeper, because Chris Smalls was arrested at the Met Gala for protesting against Jeff Bezos.
It's crazy.
Now, it's important to note that Chris was briefly detained and released, but there's some history there because Chris was an assistant manager for Amazon from 2015 to 2020. And he worked in a warehouse in Staten Island, New York, I believe. And back in 2020, at the start of the pandemic, Smalls organized a walkout to protest what he alleged were unsafe working conditions and a lack of proper safety protocols. And he was terminated the same day of the walkout, which was on March 30th, 2020. And the company claimed that he violated social distancing policies. And there were several government officials argued the firing was illegal and it was a retaliation for his activism at that particular point in time. So he decided to show up at the Met Gala, where Jeff and his wife Lauren Sanchez served as honorary co-chairs and the lead sponsors for the Met Gala, donating over $10 million to support the evening's costume art. But Chris didn't give a damn about any of that. Chris had it on his mind that he was going to show up and show out, and that's what he did. He protested against Jeff Bezos. Now, what's very cowardly about Jeff is the fact that he didn't have the heart to walk the red carpet. His wife did. He dodged the red carpet. I guess he was ducking criticism. But what's interesting about this dynamic is the fact that there were other honorary chair roles, including Beyonce, of course, Anna Wintour, Nicole Kidman, and also Venus Williams. Now, Meredith Lynch took to social media to criticize Jeff Bezos and all of the celebrities that were going to go to the Met Gala this year. She couldn't fathom how they were going to attend, given the fact that he donated and supported Trump. He also is behind supporting ICE. And Taraji P Henson dropped down in the comments and she posted 3 clapping emojis and she said, "I'm so confused by some people that are going. I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing?" And she's catching backlash because people pointed out to the fact that if you're going to criticize Jeff Bezos, why do you still have your products on Amazon to be sold? And so in a nutshell, people are basically pointing out the hypocrisy when it comes to Taraji actually calling out Jeff Bezos and the celebrities that are attending the Met Gala, but you got your products posted on Amazon to be sold. Now, Jenifer Lewis agrees with Taraji, and let's check out what she had to say.
Okay, so I hadn't seen any of it. I had been running around all day. And then my girlfriend called and said, "Jenifer, they showed up anyway." I said, "But they cut nearly 30,000 jobs and gutted the Washington Post. They showed up anyway, posturing and posing, hoping to be the most." They cut $1 billion in funding for children's nutrition. And there they all were, vying for the next position. We're at war, and so many people are dying. I said to my girlfriend, "Tell me you're lying." How much fame do we need, y'all? How much more fame? Wow.
This is a prime example why you can't trust celebrities, and stop putting your faith in them. Stop supporting their music, okay? This is where you separate the talent that you love that they possess from the actual person and the human being that they are. So many people seem to not be able to do that. I've said this on many occasions. I am one of those people that are fortunate enough to be able to separate the human being that someone is versus the actual talent. But anyway, I'm gonna draw the line here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything I discussed in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll check you guys out later. Have a beautiful day.